When we touch, I forget all the endings inside my head, and I rise out of lies. Tonight we'll get there, back to heaven. Living with passion, I live with stars. I keep my head steady, but feet are off the ground. I like it lush, my lips so smooth. Baby boy, join me if you want to. We got jumpsuits in glitter and red, fabric breakers and puppies in bed. We got it all. Tonight we party, we got it all. If you ask, will I trust? I said maybe it's your call. Take a chance with this romance. I don't need lenses to see we're quite a catch. See, my love's a vacation. I've been good and patient, but becoming real good letting go. I can never fake this. I'm read this in the matrix. Now it's time for you to show. Living with passion, I live with stars. I keep my head steady, but feet are off the ground. I like it lush, my lips so smooth. Baby
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Taekwondo Live. My name is Petra Verbruggen, and yes, it is like every week a Q&A on the Saturday at 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you live in the US, that's of course 6 hours less, 1 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. You know. Welcome everybody. Really appreciate you for taking the time and effort to be here. A lot of people are also live and direct, but don't worry if you're not live and you're seeing this after the fact. Then also for you, there might be something really cool for you for it because we were going to talk about some really cool stuff. This is a Q&A, so basically you guys are in charge. So that is something just come with questions, and I will try to answer them maybe this week or next week. We do have one really cool question of last week, but before we do that, of course, we need to quickly go the rounds and see who is live at the moment. Animate SuperSource sounds very interesting, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about, MT. Really appreciate you for being there. Also, always as the first one that is going to go live. Then, of course, my dad, who is together with Scooter. He is doing well. I saw some cool pictures of him, so he's enjoying his time with my dad. And of course, just a quick FYI, why Scooter is at my dad's place. It's really because my oldest cat, Kermit, is not feeling well. He's 14 and a half years old, and basically he has kidney disease. And because of that, well, he's not really that actionable, so to speak. So we need to occasionally give him some rest, and that's the reason why Scoot is also away. Also, a warm welcome to Gerard, all the way from Germany. Appreciate you for being here. And of course, that also counts for Raoul. Thank you so much for being here. Vila's in the house. Let me go quickly through a lot of people. I see some Canadian friends. Happy Saturday, friends, says Jason. And all the way also from Canada is our Jordan, who really appreciate you for being here. And that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate people from California, because there you go. We have Steel Beach, California, US of A. Robert, really appreciate you for being here. All right, so without further ado, last week we had a question, and that question will pop up right there. Boom, right there. You stopped with the tutorials on Central Control. Can you show how to do a SuperSource animation? Was a question of last week, and I thought it was a cool question, but sometimes it takes a little bit more time to answer that question, and that's exactly why I had to wait a little bit longer this time around. But regardless of the fact, we will be starting to talk about it in just a bit. Before I welcome the last person in the house, Festidi Ruben Moreno. Welcome. I really appreciate you for being here. All right. So that's it. So let's talk about what we're going to do. So we are going to perform some animations with Central Control and, of course, the ATEM Extreme, which actually has the SuperSource built in. So that's the ATEM Extreme HDMI version. However, of course, I also have the 2ME switcher, which I have not used for this one. As a matter of fact, you can barely see the switcher right here, which I have available to me also via my network. So that's where you will find this screen. So basically, I have the full control of the ATEM on my PC in front of me, which is very handy. And we are going to talk about the SuperSource. And what is the SuperSource? Well, for the people that do not know, SuperSource is basically a picture-on-picture on steroids. It looks roughly like this. This is actually from the demo desk. Yes, you can see the ATEM switcher is right there on the second box, as we call it. And in the first box, you see me waving my hands. And that is basically what it is. It's just a few boxes picture-in-picture, and you can do some really cool animations with it, but you do need to have some software to make that happen, or you need to build your own macro, and that is what we're going to do exactly today using a other tool, and that tool is I need to press Alt Tab on this laptop to show it to you, and that is this tool right here. It is called Central Control, and I happen to have the elite version, but whatever we do today can also work on the regular version of the Central Control. So you don't have to purchase the bigger system to make that happen. So, all right. So what are we going to do? So let's talk a little bit about the structure first. By the way, for people that do not understand the whole setup, I am literally at my vMix computer, so I will show you very quickly what I see. If my system permits me to do that. There you go. And this is what I see. Basically, so don't see that I'm using an ATEM for this show. I'm actually using vMix for this show, though I could have easily also done that. I just chose not to do it, basically. So just an FYI for you guys, so that you know how things are organized. Well, okay, like I said. This is my picture, so I'm going to tell you what you're going to see in just a bit. So you'll see me in the picture almost the whole time. I will also show you the end result, which is the SuperSource that you see right here, and I will also show you my PC, where you will see the ATEM software and the Central Control Central Control software as well. So you'll see both of them popping up in just a bit, and the way that I'm going to do that is actually via this route. So I actually have a picture-in-picture, a bit of a SuperSource going on there for you. As you can see, this is the studio right there. The ATEM SuperSource screen you can see on the left bottom side, and the PC screen will be on the right-hand side. And I hope that this will provide you enough context to understand what you're looking at moving forward. A quick hi to oh no, I already said hi to those people. All right. Now what we're gonna do is the following. We're gonna create a SuperSource with me well, let me just go in this one right here. On the left hand side, this one right here. We'll make this box 1 or camera 1. Then the top down that you see right here, that is camera 2 or box 2. We are not going to use box 3 and 4 for this episode, due to the fact that it basically doesn't matter, and I'm going to go very much in depth. It will take some time to go through every single step, so I wanted to make it easy for you guys to understand it, but I also don't want to leave things out. So very important for that. I am indeed going to use Central Control as the software of choice to get things all connected. Central Control is basically an application that allows you to control multiple video and audio gear at the same time, but then on one system. And that makes especially people like me, but maybe also you, makes life easier, because otherwise it will be a lot of fiddling around with different systems. Well, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. All right, let's get things started. I need to let you see something before I go in that route. So in order to do that, I would like to log on, or I want to quickly go here and show you a little bit around in this area in the ATEM software right here. So under the tab SuperSource, you'll have the possibility to have different layouts. As you've seen right here below, I have chosen for the 4-box layout, which is the one that you see right over here. But I can easily just push it to 2 boxes like so. And then if I go back to this screen and maybe even to this screen, you'll see that I actually have changed that to that 2-box layout. I think that that's a very important starting point due to the fact that we are not, interested in having 4 boxes anyway. 2 boxes is enough. What are the use cases? Well, actually, there are maybe 2 that I'm thinking about. Maybe you want to have a video on the host every single time, and you want to have a second camera on a guest the whole time, then that is possible with a picture-in-picture. What you can also do, and that's also something that I'm using it quite a lot for at my day-to-day job, is really to show a video, a PowerPoint presentation while I'm also able to see the presenter that is presenting it, so that you also capture the hands and the way that he looks or she looks, and that is really important for bringing that message across as good as it can get. All right, now I need to also introduce you now to central control. So this is the central control tool, and basically this is what you see when you start it up. It's just an empty slate. There's nothing in there, but you do see an add device right here. Let me show that by also zooming into this area like so. Here you have add device. So this is where you can actually set up multiple devices. And let me show you a little bit what I'm talking about. These are all kinds of applications that you can connect with this software. So Behringer X32, for example, the Blackmagic Design ATEM, which we're going to use in just a bit, the hyperdeck of the ATEM. We have a lot of central control specific features, like for example flex macros, and the rundown sheet, which is really interesting to have a look at if you have not seen it before. Of course, you can connect the Stream Deck, which we're going to do in just a bit. And then you've got a lot of generic parts. We have H2R graphics here as well. Microsoft PowerPoint, NDI, of course, you can do as well. You have all kinds of services from NewTek. You've got all kinds of X keys that you can use. All immediately available to you. PTZ optics cameras can be connected. vMix can of course be connected. Why not? Because that's awesome. And a lot of additional applications on software packages as well. For this demo, I'm gonna go with the Blackmagic ATEM switcher. So that is right here. That's the ATEM switcher, and it's part of the intro version of central control. So that's the let's say the base version. So that will be helpful for you. It states ATEM here, but I can just change it however I want. Maybe I want to add extreme to it, like so that I can identify which ATEM it is. I can click on it, and then it will not automatically find the correct IP address. So here above, let me zoom in a little bit for you. There you go. I can actually fill in here the correct IP address, which is 1125, and that will be sufficient right there. Then I can also immediately switch it on, and as you can see, it is enabled right here below. Maybe a little bit small, but it is immediately enabled. Then you've got some triggers that we can do, and the ATEM SuperSource configuration is right here. But before I go into that, let's go back to this side-by-side screen so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm purposely not adding the Stream Deck at the moment, just so that you can see that you can do everything also without the Stream Deck. But of course, we can at the later stage do that as well. Or maybe I just should do that anyway. You know what I'm going to do that? I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to hit Add Device. I'm going to hit the Elgato Stream Deck. I have the Stream Deck Plus in front of me. So I'm hitting OK. And the Stream Deck that I have is the Plus. and I'm leaving everything as it is at the moment. I'm gonna switch it on, and boom, I have a black screen on my Stream Deck, so that makes it 100% perfect. Okay, so well, I don't have to go that route, so I can also just hit immediately the ATEM SuperSource right here. So let's make it as easy as possible for us. Boom. And let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Let me zoom in the correct area. So let's show you a little bit how it looks like by hitting the merge. So here you go. So this is the SuperSource configuration that you see right here. And if I hit add presets, you can fill in the preset name immediately. So for example, I can make this camera 1, hit OK, and then you'll see 1 and 2. And you can also see the location of that 1 and 2. And wait a sec, that looks very familiar, because if I go here to the ATEM switcheroo, wait a sec, here I did actually select this box right here. And if you go here, you can actually see that. So this is correct. So this is perfect. So as you can see below, right there, you'll see that there's a 2 box, and that is also depicted here at the cam 1. So actually it takes the situation, the setup as it is at this particular moment. To prove my point, I'm gonna just delete this one. I'm gonna go back to the ATEM software, and I'm gonna fiddle around a little bit with this preset. So for example, I'm gonna maybe modify this to be more in the center. Let me make it a little bit bigger, by the way. So let's show you that I'm gonna move things around. So I'm gonna move this one around a little bit, as you can see here. Maybe a little bit more to the side, maybe a little bit more down. That is a little bit on top of the logo. Then go to box 2. Then also position it a little bit differently. Maybe also change that part right there. And if I like this quite a lot. I don't know. The only thing what I did is in this area right here. I have to quickly change the orientation a little bit here. So give me a few seconds. There you go. And I'll show you what I've done. So let's go here. So only thing that I've done is that I've actually just modified these X and Y axes. And maybe I could change also the size, but I did not. I elected not to do that for now. So that is what you've seen so far. And let's go back. So now it is roughly different, right? So how does that look like if you are in the other tool, the central control? Well, there you go. If I say add preset now, and I'm gonna say all, for example, then you see that they're side by side, and that's exactly what we've just created. So that is really cool and very handy also from that perspective. So I hope that is clear. So if you hit add presets, then it automatically picks the last known positions of all the boxes. So now I'm only using box 1 and 2, but of course you can also add 3 and 4. But again, I'd rather have a long period of time to explain everything as in depth as possible than making it very complex. Let me see if there are some comments. I did see that central control is also in the house, which is cool. Let me see. MT says, go here. Will central control work with this Stream Deck? Yes, it will work with the Stream Deck. View says, or does the Stream Deck acquire BitFocus Companion to access central control? No, that is not strictly needed. And direct HID communication. Well, at least it's a direct. I don't know what that stands for. Central Control said, did you know that you can put the SuperSource preset icons on the Stream Deck keys? I did not know that, but that's good. Let's see how we can do that. So we're gonna fix it. We're gonna figure it out live. And MT says that's exactly my thought on my question. Good. So let's figure that out together. I know that Central Control is watching me, so let that be a nice setup. See if we can make that happen. Of course, I need to then move back to this screen. There you go. Can you export it maybe? That's not correct. Not. I hope that is. I think it's not the word set. No, it's not the word set. Human interface device. Okay, gotcha. I think that I need some help there. So let me know how to do that. Anyway, cool. All right. Well, so we have a version, and so purposely I will make a mistake at the moment. I'm not going to tell you what yet. But you will see in just a bit why it's a mistake. But I want to show you that you need to think about something. So, all right. So next up, I said we want to have a picture, a all version where we have both the two cameras. I want to have camera 1 full screen and I want to have camera 2 full screen. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to add camera 1 full screen. Again, I'm going to mesh things up just for the sake of it. This is on purpose. Just for the sake that people do not know that this is true. It's on purpose. Anyway, let's go and say we're going to go back to the ATEM switcher, and now we're going to say, okay, we need box 1 to be full screen. So in order to do that, again, look below what's happening. We're gonna remove box 2, and we're gonna go to control box 1 here, and then we're gonna make sure that everything is centered by hitting a 0 in the X position, a 0 in the Y position, and a size of 1, which will make it full screen. This is perfect and exactly what I was expecting for camera 1. So now with this changed, I can now go back to central control and hit add preset and say camera 1. Boom. Camera 1. Perfect. I'm gonna again make a mistake just for the sake of it. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do the same thing for box number 2. So we're gonna now disable box 1, which is camera 1, and go to box 2, which is camera 2, and then we're going to hit enable, and this is where you can see below that we're just enabling it again. Then we're going to make sure that everything is going to go to 0 and 0 and 1, and then basically you have a full screen, which is also exactly what I would like to see. So then I'm going to go here to the SuperSource and hit add preset. I'm going to hit and call it cam 2. And well, by the way, I'm saying cam 2 and cam 1. The 1, 2 is about the boxes, not about the camera. So it will not show you the camera ID. It will show you the box ID. That's important to note. And basically, I can now just flip around between these boxes. I can just go to camera 1, I can go to camera 2, I can go to all if I would like. And now I can go back to camera 1. But, well, let's go back and show it one more time. make sure that everything is fine. Let me make sure that everything's fine now again. I'm gonna open it up again. Boom, this is camera 2. This is camera 1. This is camera 2 again. And this is the camera 1 and 2 side by side. Did you see the nice animation? That's awesome, right? But it's not perfect, because if I would now click camera 2, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? If I go back to camera 1, the camera 2 is gone. So if I go back to all of them and hit camera 2, camera 1 will disappear and camera 2 will come. That is an error. That should not happen. But that's also I would say a beginner's issue. So you do need to make sure that whatever animation that you have in your mind, that it will be consistent. So what I did wrong was that I actually removed the box 1 or the box 2 because I was not only interested in the other one, but that did mean that I lost that box immediately, and it looks a bit awkward, right? That it's not 100% perfect. So that is something that we need to fix. But that is how easy it is to make that animation, by the way. Robert has a question. Let me check. Is it possible to create 5 or 6 SuperSource boxes? No, that is not possible, unfortunately. You're limited to the 4 that are standard within the system. Central Control says, in the Stream Deck's control window, set the type to display and then map the items, get SuperSource preset icon command and map it. All right, let's figure that out. Yeah, wait. Talking about the SuperSources, when you have 2 SuperSources available, one SuperSource is limited to 4 boxes and a background. And yes, so in that case, you can make it 2, but I was expecting just 1. Central Console says, I have boxes off screen for basic moves between say 1 and say 2. That's a good idea. That's a good way to do that. And the ads, we do that for all our trade show demos. Yeah, I did see that, but I wanted to make sure that people saw that you needed to work on that, so I purposely made that error, just for the sake of it. All right, and about the SuperSources, that might work. 5 SuperSources. I have a situation where I need to put 5 elected officials on screen at the same time. At the same time, have both ATEM Mini Extreme and the YOLOBox Pro. Thanks. So that will have, that might work, but you do need to do some additional work there. I'm afraid, Robert. Okay, so let's see if we can first get that organized. Oh, sorry for that. That was my bad. So there is a possibility. Let me read it quickly. In the Stream Deck control window. Okay. So we're gonna close this one. We're gonna go to this one, the Stream Deck control window. Control. In the Stream Deck controls window, set the type to display. Set the type. SuperSource input. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I have not touched that yet, but okay, we'll figure that out. So I think that I did it correctly, so like this. So let me show that in bigger screen. So what I did was I went to the Stream Deck Plus. I hit controls, and what I did was I moved this one to display, and then you see the SuperSource inputs here, and of course I only have one SuperSource, so that makes sense. Then I need to. Do I then hit the plus sign? not sure. I think I need to fix a little bit more. let me go back to the SuperSource to make sure that I have everything done here. We'll keep the issue for now. I think that we need to map the buttons before we can go further. So let's do that. So let's go to the SuperSource and hit the controls. Then let's hit the button 1. Make sure it's on the ATEM, and then go to SuperSource preset 1. Hit add. So that went way too fast. Let me remove that. So let me go one more time. I'm hitting on the Stream Deck. I'm hitting here controls. Then here you've got all of the buttons on the Stream Deck Plus that I have. I can hit button 1. Then I can select the device that I want to control, in this case the ATEM, and I can move all the way down to find the SuperSource actions. I'm going to hit set SuperSource preset by index and hit the plus sign right here. Boom. That will automatically populate the command, and this will then be run. And of course you can have multiple commands. So for example, I can also set the box source of box 1 to camera 1 and hit add, just to make sure that everything is 100% as I want it. And of course I can go to button 2 and do the same thing and repeat the same thing. We can do that. Though there's also a quick assign functionality here. If I hit that on, and then I'm going to go to button 2, then you will see that if I hit preset 2, that it doesn't do that, it seems. Add, whoa. And then if I hit the box source, it doesn't do that this time around. Okay, well, we have to figure out why that is. I'm just gonna switch it off. So we got 2 of the boxes here. Let's do that manually, quickly. Add the 3rd one. Oh, it doesn't now. Okay, well, whatever. And make sure that there's no, it doesn't have to be. That's perfect. Okay, we have now 3 buttons, but I'm not seeing anything at the moment. So now I'm expecting that if I hit controls right now, and I then say display, and then do the SuperSource on this one. I don't see it, to be honest. I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Central control says, let me go back to my screen just for a bit. Central control says you might need to update the presets or toggle the ATEM on and off to make it refresh. It's okay. Okay, let's see if that is doing the thing. So I'm gonna stop the ATEM like so, and switching it on again, and indeed it's popping up. So that is correct. So it now is popping up perfectly. I'll show that to you in just a bit. Thank you. Let me get my camera to show how it looks like. Add input. NDI source. This one, making sure that it's no audio, please. And then let's show how it looks like. There's a 1. Can I change it a little bit? So I can actually see that there's a 1. Maybe, I don't know if you can see that. But I do see a 1 and a 2. So indeed, that works like a charm, as expected. because that was also preset one. And so let's continue then and make sure that the others are also following that process. Of course, I want to go to this one right here. Controls, display, Stream Deck key, SuperSource. That would be then 2. And this should be then. I think that I've misplaced it a little bit, but that's okay. All right. Let me see if I need to stop and start ATEM again. SuperSource index 2. Okay, maybe I should then also go to the button feedback. Make sure that that's also fine. It should not be a problem, right? So maybe I should then. No, testing does not work. Okay, all right. Well, anywho, we'll figure that out. I'm sure of that. That's just a matter of figuring it out. But you did see that it's possible now to have a screen on the display of the Stream Deck, which is very, very cool. I will, just in case, check it one more time if I can change it. Oh, I see. I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. I need to, of course, hit the plus sign here. There you go. And then, let me see, this is 1, this is then 2. And that was then, and that's then 3. Perfect. And now I think that I need to restart this. Yep, that did it. That did it exactly. Show it again. that did it exactly. So there you go. 1 and 2, and the combination of the two. All right, so now we have that connected. These two, or the different actions. We have camera 2, camera. Both of them, camera 2. So that's working, but it's not perfect yet. So I would like to go a little bit back and fix the look and feel of that of the you know, the SuperSource. But maybe I've misplaced something, so I'm looking at central control for just a bit. Central control says it doesn't know to send the image right after the map but when it starts up, it sends them all and also resends them when you update. Okay, good. That makes sense. That makes sense. When you update a preset. Okay, makes a lot of sense. It is not an issue for every subsequent run, but it does catch some people as they map it for the first time. Yep, like myself, which is totally fine. I mean, I'm already happy with the functionality that it has. So that's great. I do see one thing that might be a reason, because I did not stop the Stream Deck software, so I might have a reason that I have a slight issue. The issue is that on the Stream Deck I do see the vMix logo popping up, and that's because I have actually on the same button I have an action typically. So that is totally fine. That's also what I've expected. So that's totally fine in my opinion. But I need to make sure that everything is connected properly again. But I do see that I might have messed up something, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Why do I see myself? Because that's okay. So we have successfully now created those super sources, but now we're gonna make them good again. So let's start one more time with the whole shebang. We're gonna remove these by hitting the delete button right here. Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna start one more time from the start. Maybe I should make this part a little bit bigger, so I'll do that live. Going to layers, then go to the main PC, and then hit zoom. Oh, not that. That's not what I meant. No, that's not working. Let me take another option. Let me take. Is this one? Nah. No. I'm hurting my system at the moment. That's not what I want. Let's go back. All right, we'll do it this way then. I can also do it right here. Well, let's make sure that everything is connected here. Again, I will show you in just a bit that I can fill it in right here. In the SuperSource configuration of central control, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to the ATEM switcher software right here. And let's start from scratch again, just to make sure that we have everything this time correctly done. So let's start with the two side by sides again. So I'm hitting the built-in preset of the ATEM switcher again. And now what I'm doing now is that I'm gonna make sure that these two boxes are aligned by modifying the X coordinate. Let me show you what I'm doing. Right here, maybe zoom in a little bit more and make sure that you see whatever I'm doing. So there you go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna change this X and Y so that the box 2, that's the one that I've selected here, is perfectly oriented. Let's put it in the center again, and I think that this is quite nice already. And then hit box 1. Box 1 is camera 1, as you can see, and we will then change that X position and Y position to again be sent in the center. Maybe not perfect. Let's open it up a little bit more so that I can really see what I'm doing. It's not that perfect yet, so it's a little bit overlapping, but that's fine. It's just a demo. Of course, you can also change the size a little bit if you like. You can also crop it if you like. But this is basically what I want for this demo, two side by side. And I am still purposely doing this one as the first one, because then I have a standard that I can always go back to moving forward. So that is what I want to do. And then I'm gonna go to central control and hit preset and say all cameras. Boom, done. So this one we already have. But now I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna go back to the ATEM software, and now I'm gonna make sure that box 1 is box 2 is out of frame before I go cut to that. So I'm gonna hit box 2, and I'm going to use the X-axis to just push it on the side, barely touching the end of the screen, and that is box 2. Then I'm going to hit box 1, and I'm going to make sure that it's all zeroed out. So let's go here to show you what I'm doing. For box 1, I'm going to make sure that this position right here is a 0. That position is also a 0. And I want to have a full screen, which means a 1. And with that, we will get a full screen below. Right there below. That's what box 1 will do. Now, let's make sure that we hit this preset. Make sure that that's done. And we're going to hit add preset. This is cam 1 or box. Let's make it box 1 because we want to do something else in just a bit. Box 1. Boom. Box 1. Let's do the same for box 2. And let me go here. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to make sure that we are back to where we used to be. So I actually, I need to show that to you. I only hit the this button right here in the center, and it automatically went back to those two cameras side by side. And now I'm gonna make sure that camera, or box 2 rather, is full screen and box 1 is out of frame. So again, I'm gonna go to the ATEM switcher software, and we're gonna say box 1 needs to go out of frame. So let's do that. Gone. It's barely out of frame, like so. And box 2 is going to be a 0, 0, and 1. Boom. So now that's full screen. And now, of course, I want to make it a preset in the software. So I'm going to hit add preset. And I'm going to call it box 2. Bam. All right. And now I can tell you that I see on the Stream Deck the right pictograms. So I can go into side by side. I can go to camera 1. And I can go to camera... Oh, for some reason, I think that I've misplaced something, because it's not changing the camera. So did I make a mistake? I think I did a bad job in changing the box 1 to camera 1. And then let's make sure to... I think it's then... Is it the get or set? Get, I presume. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Okay, so I just hit set, and then it turns out to be correct. And now you see that both of them are going away nicely. And let's move to a big screen, like so. Let's go to side by side. Boom. Oh, don't worry about the camera. The camera's doing some awkward thing there. Then camera 1, back to camera 2, camera 2. You can actually go to 1 and 2 immediately as well. So that is really a very nice way of making sure that everything is connected in a very good way. And it actually is working quite nicely also with the Stream Deck. I'm now pressing the Stream Deck, and that is perfectly working like a charm. Eric says, nice animation of the source. Yeah, indeed. Vil says, we go back to my screen, by the way. There you go. Boom. Intro version of Central Control app is not included. Do not include SuperSource Animator. Remember to purchase the Pro version. MT says yes, and you can export and import presets independently of the central control project. Oh wait, there's a question. So MT says so. I think you can build several SuperSource layouts with different sources, and I guess you can store them. Correct. That is correct indeed. Well, hello, automation for Phoenix. Raul says, I know it's a dumb question. Where the borders come from? The borders that you see here is not a dumb question, Raul, but the borders that you see right here is actually just vmix. So this part, what you see right here, is just vmix. I started this show with explaining that. I hope that that's clear. So this part, what you see right now, is not the ATEM. The ATEM is limited to this part that you see right now, and I can now just move from camera. Hey, I think that I still have done something wrong. It does not provide the correct box, but of course that can be fixed. I'm just gonna tell him what box needs to be in there in just a bit. I think this is a prepared image overlay or maybe a border function in the ATEM. No, again, the pictures that you see right here, the borders are actually painted by a vmix, and you can see that I'm using vmix 26, because if I hit the merge button, you see that the borders are disappearing and they're not painted during the animation. And at the very last moment, they're coming back. So let me do that one more time. So the borders are gone, still gone. Now they are there. With vmix 27, you will see the borders painted all the whole animation. So that's where you can see if it's 27, yes or no. All right. Yeah. So another thing that you can do is that you can of course also help to say which camera is part in box 1 or box 2. So again, the 1 and the 2 are not not pointing towards a camera, but to a box. And so you can just in the software also change that part. But not here. That's not possible here. But what you can do is that you can go to central control, and then I need to think a little bit. You can go to controls, I think. Yep. And you can set on control 2. You can hit the box source, and the box source is not camera 2, but camera 1. That was the error that I was facing. That this trigger was ran on the backdrop, and this was wrongly configured. So once I go here, it should then be good. And the third box seems not to have that option. So I will also add that option as well. I can hit the box source, can hit the plus, and make sure that the camera 2 is selected, because box 2 is there. And now I'm expecting that everything should be fine in my animation. So let's make sure that is the case. This is camera 1, this is camera 2, back to camera 1, back to camera 2, side by side, camera 1, camera 2, back to side by side. That's perfect. That's what I want to see. Is it possible to then change a camera on a box? Yeah, that's absolutely possible. And the way that you can do that is by using the same functionality that I just did. So what I can do now is that if I go here, I can actually say controls again. I can make a box 4 just for the sake of it, and say the ATEM Extreme, I want to change the SuperSource box source from box 2 to camera. Was it 5 or 6? I don't know. I think it was 5. So let's try that. Yeah. But then I also need to make sure that I know what box 4 is. So I'm going to say cam 5 here. And then I know what is happening on the screen. Let me see if that is working. Boom. Of course not. Would be too fine, huh? Why not? What am I messing up at the moment? Let's check it again. The control button 4. Button 4 is not being used. That makes sense. So I need to go back to ATEM and say SuperSource box source. Box 2 is camera 5. Hit plus, and now it should be working. It is working. But of course, I'm not going to show it to you yet, but I'm going to show it now. So if I go now to this screen right here, I can go to camera 1, I can go to camera 2, I can go to camera 1 and 2 together, and I'm going to change the right camera to camera 5. Boom. That's how easy you can make that work within the tool of Central Control. And I have to admit, this is way easier than expected up front. And it's also something that definitely will be part of my standard way of working moving forward, because this is fantastic. And I really mean that. This is excellent. MT says, so I guess you can replicate the first preset and make some changes to the new one. Yes. You can also hit the, what was the name again? Quick. Need to make sure that I say the correct thing. The quick assign, that will make sure that you will that would automatically perform some increments, and will also prepare. It will automatically go to the next in line, just for the sake of making your life a little bit easier. And Central Control, it just works. Yes. It is a learning curve, though it is actually quite easy, come to think of it, but... And I see that Raoul is under the weather, so sorry to hear that, sir. I hope that you are getting to a better place as soon as possible. And don't worry about concentration. Get well soon. I think that is about it for today. So if you have any questions as we got last week, and you want to talk about it, I mean, we've been going on for an hour now. I think that we all know how it works. I definitely will be using this functionality moving forward in my productions. Not for Taekwondo, but definitely for my remote productions, or my local productions, my gigs, and definitely will be using that, because this is really adding a lot of benefit for my viewers, and that is really important to me. That's all we had in store for you today. I really hope that you liked it. I really liked to show it to you, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with next time. Hope to see you next week, same time, same channel, and also in good health, of course, Raoul. Make sure that you get enough vitamins, etc. And we'll see each other next week, same time, same channel. Bye bye.